Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel from Mora with Love. Today I want to share some of the little things noticed in Romania every day. Things that still surprise me even after living here for a while. Not everything I talk about I will show you on camera. Some of it you have to imagine, but that's part of the fun. Seeing life through someone else's eyes. Ce frumos aici. Or maybe not so much because of that garbage. So join me for a walk and let's explore some of the everyday surprises and funny moments that make life here feel different. Hai să vedem. I promise you will notice things you wouldn't expect. Something I notice almost every day here are people just hanging out outside. In the city, you often see neighbors standing around, chatting, maybe smoking a cigarette or having a beer or even a little tsuika. It's just part of everyday life, people stopping for a moment, talking, enjoying a small break. Hai la vorbă! But when you go to the countryside, it's even more interesting. Almost every house has these little benches in front, and it's not just the older people. Sometimes you see younger people sitting there too, cracking sunflower seeds, chatting, just spending time outside. Nu sta pe gânduri, vino și tu! The shells are everywhere on the ground, but nobody cares. It reminds me a bit of Poland, because in very old villages you sometimes see people sitting outside on benches too. But it's rare, usually only very old people in older houses. And in new houses? Forget it, there are no benches, but here in Romania, in the villages, on many houses, these benches are everywhere. It's like the house is not complete without one, and people really use them. It's funny how such a simple thing, a bench outside your house, can completely change the way life happens. People stop, talk, relax, and you can really feel a sense of community, something that you almost never see in modern cities anymore. Another thing I noticed when I was visiting the villages is something that really surprised me at first. Many houses still have toilets outside, and it's not because people can't afford a bathroom inside, it's just the way they prefer it. I actually asked someone once, why you don't make a toilet inside? And they told me, mai bine afară. Most of these toilets don't even have running water. Or here is running water. Oh my god. You just flush with a bucket, and honestly, yeah, it smells. Asta e viața. But there is the crazy part for me. I stayed at family house once, and in the middle of the night I had to get up, use the toilet. And it was raining. I had to walk across the entire yard, through mud, puddles, everything just to reach it. Noroc că am adus cișmele. I couldn't sleep for hours after that. I kept thinking, how do people do this in the winter? And what about women? How do they manage it when it's cold or dark outside? For me, it was shocking, unbelievable. But for them, it's just normal, something that's part of life, nothing strange at all. It made me realize how different daily life can be depending on where you live and how much of our own comfort we take for granted. Another thing that really surprised me in Romania is the number of stray dogs. Especially outside the cities, it's quite common to see dogs wandering around looking for food. I remember last time we were in Kempina, there were so many of them. They came up to us, hoping for something to eat. Demi și mie ceva. In the cities you sometimes see it too, but not as often. And this is interesting because Romania used to have a big problem with stray dogs. It was actually a well-known stereotype. People used to talk about it a lot. Over the years, a lot of dogs were caught. Some were unfortunately put down and the situation improved. But now, it seems like the problem is slowly coming back. Stray dogs are becoming more visible again, and it's definitely something you notice almost every day if you travel outside the city. And here is another thing about animals, something that really shocked me. On the roads you see so many animals that have been run over, dogs, cats, even foxes, almost constantly along the roads. Ce se întâmplă aici? I asked many locals why this happens, and no one could give me a clear answer. For me, it's unbelievable. I've driven the road from Bucharest to Krakow many times through Romania, and I've never hit any animals. But here, it seems almost normal, so many animals on the side of the road. I've been in neighboring countries, Bulgaria, Macedonia, Albania, and you don't see this there. Doar aici. So I really don't understand why it's common in Romania. If you know the answer, write it in the comments, because honestly, it's one of the most bizarre things I've seen here. Something you wouldn't expect until you experience it yourself. Another thing I notice quite often here is people casually having a drink outside. In the cities, there are spots where neighbors meet, sit on benches or just near the building and enjoy a beer together. It's not a big party, just everyday life. Even where I live, my neighbors sometimes sit outside, have a beer or a little țuica and smoke a cigarette. O bere și o vorbă bună. Almost every day you see this small, relaxed routine happening. Viața e frumoasă așa. What I find interesting is how normal it feels. Nobody is bothering them. It's not a problem. People just enjoy the moment, talking, laughing, relaxing. Look at, here is a nice place. You can stay and relax. It's simple, it's social, and it's very different from what I'm used to back home, where people usually drink mostly inside or in bars. Here, life happens right outside the apartment blocks. One thing that really stands out in Romania is how much improvisation you see everywhere. For example, the streets are full of cables hanging, tangled, sometimes completely unnecessary. In Romanian, people call it merge și așa, basically a messy, improvised way of doing things. Sometimes it feels like everything here is held together with strings and wires. Merge și așa. And I remember once when I was in the countryside, my father-in-law built a beautiful new gate. But when he attached an old padlock, 30 years old, that he had brought from work from his locker, the padlock didn't work smoothly. We had to use oil and grease, got our hands completely dirty just to make it function. I said, no way, I'm going to buy a new padlock. There's no way a brand new gate should have a 30-year-old lock. It's little things, small ways to solve problems, using what you have and making it work. Așa facem noi. And honestly, it's part of the charm here. Life doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work. And I think that's one of these things I really notice living here. The creativity in everyday life, even in the smallest details. So, those are some of the unexpected things I see every day in Romania, from people sitting outside on benches, to stray dogs, to the little improvisations everywhere. It's funny, strange, sometimes shocking, but that's what makes life here so unique. If you have noticed anything similar in your own country, or if you have an explanation for some of these things, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for walking with me today, and I will see you in the next one here on From Mora with Love. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like. Bye. Salut!